What if instead of spending hours on a complex problem, you could deploy your own AI agent which works on an individual task on its own, and at the end give you the synthesized comprehensive report in your hand? No, it's not in science fiction. In today's video, I'll be telling you what are agent teams, and also there are three different modes of agent team. There is a default agent, sub agent, and the agent team, and when to use it and when not to use it. Then I'll be giving you a step-by-step guide how to install in your system, how to run it, and also I'll be giving you 2 live demos showing you the real use case. And also from my experience, because I'm using it from past 1 to 2 months from the day it was released, I'll be telling you the pro tips and the current limitation, and also telling you how to convert the agent team into a skill so that you don't have to set it up again and again. So hi everyone, my name is Lakshit and welcome back to the channel. In this channel, using AI and automation, we build real thing without having a coding knowledge and without hiring the developer. And I post multiple videos in a week, so subscribe to my channel, and without wasting much time, let's get started. So before moving to the agent team, first let's understand what is default agent and sub agent. So whenever you open the chat GPT or the Claude, and when you open the new chat, at that time new session gets started. Inside that session, the context and the memory belongs to a session. That's what a default agent is, which most of the people use. Think of this like a control room and you manage everything. Now the sub agent are one step ahead of the agent. Think of a control room, as I said in the default agent, but now in the control room, let's say you are looking through all the cameras and you figure it out that on 3rd floor there is some issue. So now instead of you managing everything, you tell the guard to go over there, check what the problem is, investigate and fix it. Then the guard will come to you and report to you what happened. You don't know all the steps the guard did, but you just know the summary of what happened. That's exactly what a sub agent is. So in sub agent, we have a main agent. Okay, so whenever user type any kind of a prompt, the main agent get the prompt, then it spawns the sub agent. Now the sub agent has its own memory, has its own context. So it worked in that particular session. Then at the end, it gives the result and report back to the main agent. So the main agent can spawn as many sub agent as he wants until unless the task that user is given to you is not fulfilled. And that's how the sub agent works. So now let's understand the agent team. So now agent team is a full upgrade. So now let's come to the same example of a control room. You are sitting in the control room watching through the camera, and there are multiple problems going on. One on the 10th floor, one on the 9th floor, 7th floor. Now you send the multiple guards out there. Now each guard has its own context memory and they can communicate through each other. Let's say for example, on the 7th floor guard and the 10th floor guard have a similar problem. They communicate with each other and solve the problem together. And at the end, all the guards come to you and report to you what happened. That's exactly the same thing happens in the agent team. Whenever we write any kind of a prompt, the agent team takes the prompt. It first create the task list. Now from the task list, they communicate and start claiming the task. So one teammate will have one task, second teammate will have one more task, and also the task list is logged. It means no two teammate can claim the similar task, and they communicate with each other, and at the end whatever has happened they report back to the main lead. That's how the agent team works. It's like a full-fledged team working in a proper environment. Everyone working together, everyone having their own tasks and reporting at the end to the project manager. That's how the agent team work. Now let's understand the decision rule. If your worker need to talk to each other and share finding, then use the agent team. And please make note of one thing: agent team will consume a lot of token in compared to sub agent, and then in compared to the default mode. Now if you want that each task should run independently, then use the sub agent. Now if you want a very simple task, then use the default mode. Now when to use the agent team? As I told you, agent team are most effective for tasks where parallel exploration are needed. As I mentioned, the sub agent talks with each other, communicate with each other and come to the problem. So whenever there is a research and review task, multiple teammates can investigate different aspects of problem simultaneously. If there is a new modular feature, debugging with the competing hypothesis, or cross-layer coordination. Wherever these are the scenarios, you should use the agent team. So if you see the comparison of a sub agent and the agent team, for the context, own context window return result to the caller, own context window fully independent. Communication report back to the main agent, teammate can message each other directly. Coordination, main agent manage all the work. There is a shared task list with a self-coordination. Best for focused tasks where only result matter. Complex work require discussion and collaboration. Token, in sub-agent the token is lower, in the agent team the token is higher. I hope now you might have understood what is the agent team and how it differs. Now let's start the practical. Let's come to the Visual Studio Code. If you don't have VS Code, you can download it from this website. And now then go to this extension bar over here and search for Claude. You will get this extension. It should be by the Anthropic. Okay, Once you installed it, you will be having the Claude icon over here, and also it will ask you to put your credentials, and you should be on the pro plan. Then you can click on this particular button and your Claude Code will get open. Now you'll be needing the Claude to be installed over here. If you don't know how to do it, there is a button, you can watch that video. Now to check it is proper or not, we can write Claude. Now to check if it is installed properly or not, what we'll do, we'll open the terminal over here. So terminal is nothing but is the place where we write the instructions. Now to check if the Claude is installed properly, what we'll do, we'll write a Claude over here. And if it is giving us the result, it means it's installed properly. So as we can see, it is giving us the result, it is installed. So I can write hi, and if you're getting a response, it means the Claude is properly installed. Now by default, the agent team is not enabled. Now before that, you should open one of the folder. Once you have opened the folder, you will be seeing no file or anything over here. So now to enable the Claude Code for this particular project and not for the global environment, paste this command. So first we'll open the terminal, then we'll make the .claude folder over here. So for that, you can come over here and click on plus icon and write .claude. Okay, so now the .claude folder is open. Now paste this command. So after pasting this command, there will be setting.json file. In this will be added where we are saying Claude Code experimental agent team 1. It means it is enabled. So from the official documentation, there are two ways: in process and the split panel. So in process, all the teammates run inside your main terminal. It means whenever you spawn any kind of agent, all the agent will be seen in a single terminal. You can use a shift down arrow to cycle through the teammates. But if you want to have a different panel for each and every teammates, you can use a split panel. But for that, it requires extra configuration and it requires the teamers. So I won't be doing in this particular video because this is a little bit advanced. But if you want, you can comment teamers. So I'll be making a new video for that. So now we'll be choosing the in process mode. So for that, we'll come here and write this particular command where we are saying that we want to use the in process mode. So Claude -- teammate -- mode in process. And yes, we trust this particular folder. And we are done. So now the in process mode is registered. Now before going and spawning the agent, we will choose the model. So for that, we'll write a slash and then model. And now we have a different model. So for the agent mode, we'll be using the Opus, but you can use a different model out there. And for the effort, by using the left and right arrow key, we'll be using a low effort and then enter. And we have choose the model. And this model selection is for the main agent, the team agent. For the different agent, you can use a different model out there. And you can specify in the prompt that for different sub agent, which model you want to use. Now let's create a team. Let's paste this particular prompt. Now pasting a big prompt will not work over here because in terminal we cannot paste a big prompt over here. So instead of that, since we have installed the extension, we'll click on this and now we'll come and paste the big prompt and we'll paste the prompt. So this is the big prompt. Make sure of one thing: whenever you want to create an agent team, you should explicitly say create an agent team in wherever place in the prompt possible. Okay, so now we want to run a small business and want to choose the right automation tool. So create an agent team to analyze these 4 independent angles. So first is the research N10, research make, research Zapier, play devil advocate, argue with the small business owner, should not use any automation tool right now. What are the real risks, are cost, complexity, maintenance failure. So now let's execute this particular prompt and enter. So as you can see, the teammates has been created. There are multiple teammates working over here. So now I will launch 4 research agent in parallel. Now to paste a big prompt over here will not work because this is a terminal. So what we'll do, we'll come over here and create a new file. We'll say prompt.txt. Okay, and we'll paste the prompt over here. So this is a big prompt which we are doing. So we want a 4 agent, and make sure of one thing: whenever you want to create an agent team, you should explicitly mention create an agent team. Okay, so if you don't specify this term, your Claude will never spawn the agent team. So we want 4 agent 1, agent 2, agent 3 and 4 to do a research regarding the choosing a right automation tool. Okay, so we'll come over here. And now we'll say the Claude read @prompt.txt file and execute it. So now as you can see, the Claude is saying I'll create a 4 research agent working in parallel. So it has created 4 agent: research N10, make, Zapier, devil advocate against automation. Now spawning all the 4 research agents in parallel. So the N10 research is started. So as you can see, all the agents are working over here. There are all the agents working. We have a team lead and all the 4 agents are working over here. And we are getting this annoying thing again and again. They're asking us to put yes because we are in the ask us before executing anything mode. So what we can do, let's first cancel this. So we'll cancel everything. Okay. And before that, what we can do is, let's cancel this all part. Now to run the bypass mode, we'll start a new session saying Claude -- dangerously skip permission. So we'll accept it and we are in the bypass permission mode. So now we'll tell again read prompt.txt and execute it. So now as you can read over here, I create an agent team to analyze the automation tool for 4 independent angle, and there are 4 agents: research, annotate, research, make, Zapier. So if you want to see all of them, we can do shift and down arrow, so we can see all the agent working over here. So we have a team lead, make research, then devil advocate, annotate researcher, Zapier researcher. On the side we can see what they are doing currently: ideating, searching, then what are the number of tools they have used, how many tokens they have consumed. And now everyone will work in the sync with each other and also coordinating with the team lead. Also make a habit to read what they're doing currently. So we can see the annotate is kind of researching, then the devil advocate arguing, okay, and currently good annotate research is in. So annotate has done its job but waiting for the other 3 agents to report back. Now the make research finding complete. Now good annotate and make is completing. Now waiting for the Zapier research and devil advocate to finish their report. Now everything is completed. Now that it has gone everything to the team agent will synthesize it and give us to back. And now we can see it is synthesizing the finding into the final comparison. And one more thing to note over here is that all 4 agents has shut down. So it means that it has deleted the session they have created. By default it will do it, but by chance if it doesn't do it, then you have to do it by yourself. And for that we can see in the official documentation, to gracefully end the team session, you can just say the Claude ask the research teammate to shut down, or to clean up the team agent you can say clean up the team, and Claude will automatically do it. And now here we can see the synthesized report of everything. We have the Zapier, make.com, annotate, like ease of use, multiple comparison point, then the devil advocate warning, and the recommendation at the end. If you want you can read it, but our main purpose is to understand the agent team. Now in the first prompt, all the agents are working parallelly. Now in the second prompt, in the second use case which will develop, in that everything will work in sequential. So the first research can be helped to the second to third to fourth to fifth. Okay, so we can see in the prompt, create an agent team to create a LinkedIn post about the Claude Code Agent Team. Use 5 teammates in exact sequence. So now let's come to the Claude and go bottom, and we can say read. So we'll do /clear and we'll say read @prompt to the text and execute. And we are getting an error, and I am glad it happened. So we can see already leading team compiled back in Walrus, which was the earlier team. A leader can only manage 1 team at a time. Use team delete and end the current team before creating a new one. So Claude has automatically done this, but it has shown us the error what happened at the backend. And now for the second prompt, it has created all the 5 tasks with sequential dependency. So now currently the first research is working. If I press shift down, so we can see currently the researcher is working. Now you can see the researcher is working currently. Now once the researcher will complete his job, it will pass his research to the second teammate. So now I hope you understood how does the team agent work in parallel as well as in sequential. Now let me tell you pro tips and the best practice. So always say the create an agent team explicitly. Without this, the Claude will never spawn your team, and keep the team size between the 3 to 5 or 2 to 5, but never go more than 5. Otherwise, it will start hallucinating and won't give you a proper result. Then give teammate context in the prompt. If you see the prompt which I have created, if I go to the prompt, so we can see for each and every teammate, we are giving a good prompt over here. So because the team agent never pass the information to the teammates to understand what is happening. So always give the teammate context in the prompt and specify the model per teammate to save the cost. If you don't specify the context, whatever model your lead agent is having will be passed to the sub agent as well. If your prompt requires the risky changes, then always keep your require plan approval on. Make a habit to monitor and stare. Try reading what Claude is trying to tell you, so you will get a better idea of what is happening. And also there are current limitations. So there is no session resumption. So if your teammate stops working out, there is no session resumption. It means the data it has collected, it is lost, because each and every sub agent has its own context and memory. Third is shutdown can be slow. As we saw in our scenario, while running the second prompt, we got an error that the earlier team agent is still working, but it has already done its job, but the shutdown was remaining. So the Claude shut it down, but we can see this error. And also one more thing, 1 team per session. So in the same session, we started the second team. That's the reason we got that error. The fourth thing is 1 team per session. As we saw in the same session, we started the second prompt. That's the reason we got this error. The third and fourth are lying in the same scenario. Then fifth, there is no nested team. It means the sub agent cannot nest their other teams as well. In the future, I think the Claude might be bringing this, but current it is a limitation. So now as you can see, a sequential agent team is complete. In the left we can see all the team what they have worked. In the final part we can see what LinkedIn post it has created. So it created 3 different posts like A, B, and C. At the end, it is also given as the posting tip. Now, if you want to have the agent team which work for you again and again, so instead of writing the prompt again and again and telling what to do, what we can do, we can convert this particular part into a skill. And in this skill, we can have one argument where we can say what topic it should take. So what we can do, we can say, now what we just did, so convert that particular part into a skill called LinkedIn post. And the only argument which you should take is the post which you want to make, the post idea. So convert this particular part into a skill. Now, once we enter this particular prompt, instead of you writing the prompt again and again, it will convert into a proper skill. And in that skill, you just have to call the particular skill and pass the topic you want to run. So now, as you can see, it has created the command over here, but we ask for the skill. So the skill and command are not by much different. Skill can execute on its own, but the command should be executed via /LinkedIn-post. So we'll do one thing. We'll tell him, I don't want a command, I want a skill. So instead of a commands folder, it should be a skill. So it has done the changes. So now we have a skill in place. Now to invoke this particular skill, what we'll do, we'll first exit out of this session. And now we'll open the another session using Claude and we'll write /LinkedIn-post. As you can see a skill over here. So we'll get that skill and it is recommending us to put a topic and idea. So we can say trending in AI. So it will create a post around what is trending in the AI. It will invoke the agent team. The agent team will work. So if you see the skill.md over here, it will create the 5 teammates over here, which will do the research, draft, voice rewrite, critic, and optimizer. And it will give us then LinkedIn post regarding the trending in AI. So how cool is that? So I hope you got to learn a lot from this particular video regarding the agent team and how it works. If you like the video, please press the like button. We'll meet in the next video. Till then, take care.